Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of To the Point. This one is an update to the point, I believe. As I am looking at the Cicero update that has been released for Imperator Rome. The main reason being that the Cicero update kind of more or less overhauled the game, really. In many ways, it addressed a lot of the complaints people were having about the base game, about the game as it started, um, in certain ways. So let's just pick out Rome here and examine what these changes are. So one of the main changes that has been listed is I think the biggest change is where is it this political influence. So all those special monarch points that you had, what was it, like military power, oratory power, civic power, power, all that mana powers, whatever, that's all been coalesced into political influence, which is a value that it functions kind of like a mana, as it's generated every month due to various factors, but although this time the factor is dependent upon the skills of your advisors, your researchers, where is it? These guys, I think. Your, was it your consuls, your censors, your praetors, these guys. Yeah. So based on the skills and loyalty of these guys, your monthly political influence will increase or decrease by a certain value. That changes the game dramatically because everything is now done through political influence. It's like, let's see here. See? So like improve opinion, political influence. Fabricate a claim, political influence. If you don't, if something, it would seem that if something doesn't cost political influence, then it either costs gold or increases your aggressive expansion. Which means that you kind of have to think more carefully about what you're doing because everything's going to take away from this one value. So you have to, you can't just throw around decisions all the time because you have to maintain a certain amount of this. Just in case you might need it at some point for an unexpected event. Right? So that overhaul changes everything. It makes things much more tactical. You have to think a lot more about it in general. Um, as well as military experience, which is based on like your mercenaries, your cohorts, your war exhaustion. Similar, but just military based instead. Um, I believe I didn't address this, but there was also an update that changed how navies work, so you actually have like different tactics. They work more like armies now instead of just death stacking ships. You can actually do this. The other big thing is improving upon provinces. There are numerous new buildings you can build now, all with their own little bonuses here and there. And you get this little screen that shows you what's built here, um, how many you can build in each area, all that. And so you're kind of able to play a bit of a taller game now. You can choose to like either take these provinces here and just build them up into a mega city or something comprised of multiple cities, or you can go out and like start building new cities all over the place depending on how you want to expand and build things. Those are sort of some of the big stuff that happens. I believe they also changed this as well. This is where you spend your military tradition cost, or just military tradition in general. Um, you spend it here on your military traditions, which of course give you unique permanent bonuses. The change, though, is the fact that these bonuses are now more tied to the actual region and people that they're associated with. So, like as you would have seen there, these are italic traditions. These are the traditions unique to the sort of Italian people, the Italian culture groups and whatnot, right? Because Rome, Italy, Italia, all that stuff. But if you were to go up here into like the Germanics over there, the Celts over here, maybe some of the Iberian cultures here, whatnot. They actually have different bonuses now based on they have actually different like military traditions and bonuses based on their the strengths and weaknesses of their respective cultures. Right, so that's all very interesting. Aside from that, I believe they added in like new flavor events, like random events here and there that change things. They probably altered the AI, uh, like Paradox does every time, because really the AI is never perfect at all. Sometimes the AI can do really, really stupid things, but I've noticed the AI has a tendency to build alliances more often. Yeah, like this. I haven't even started the game technically, but I have noticed that the AI will react to your aggressive expansion far more often than it used to. It will actually start to like build hard alliances against you. Even if you're like Rome and the game is relatively easy, they will actually start to hit you hard if you're not careful. But yeah, that seems to be the general idea behind it all, and personally, I like it. I like it. It definitely adds some more complicated and tactical ideas to it. And I think it's definitely what people were looking for, something a bit less like a copy, a skeletal copy of EU4, essentially, and something more unique to its own period, its own, setting and whatnot. And I think it's starting to achieve that. This is shaping up to be a good, much better game than it was at the start. Even though I did like it at the start, it was kind of on the shallow side, just by the systems that we're in. Similar to the base EU4, which I also have a to the point on. Or at least I should have that one out before this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure when those will be releasing. But yeah, generally I like it, and it's making me excited for what the other free content updates and DLC expansions will have in store for us. So yeah, this has been TheRatMan with a to the point update on Imperator Rome. Yeah, I will see you all later. Goodbye.